And now, a thought from man. You know, I have to say, Milo Murphy's Law, very nice show.
Good call.
It's just something I really can sit down and enjoy. The characters are very nice, and a lot of the humor is just very clever. A lot of the jokes get a very genuine laugh, and the general feel of it is just very comforting. Now, granted, the whole thing is based on the idea of calamity happening at any moment, but you still very much get a nice, comforting feel from this show. It's kind of warm and inviting, and I just really appreciate that.
I know, right?
The main premise of the show is based around the idea of Murphy's Law, which is anything can go wrong at any time, and is basically based around this kid called Milo Murphy, hence the title. And it's a nice play on words, but the thing is, Milo is a character who just has a whole string of bad luck and a lot of crazy mishaps happen around him. And anyone near him is going to face it too. And for the most part, he's always happy about it. He's always just a kind of bright side type of guy. He doesn't let these things bother him. He always has some sort of plan that helps him get out of it. He just doesn't let it get to him, and he doesn't panic about it. He just thinks, okay, this happened. I guess I just gotta go off of what I have to get out of it. And that's kind of positive. I really like that idea of him. He just basically, well, this thing happened, and I just gotta go off of what I have. And I like that positive messaging.
Wait, why aren't you screaming?
I find it doesn't help. Just hurts the larynx. Hand me that bungee, and you better hang on to my backpack.
Milo does have a couple of friends who stick by him even though they know these crazy things will happen to him. You have his friend Melissa, who's basically been his friend for some time, and she's basically so used to it, and she doesn't really let it bother her. It's like, well, Milo's always got a plan to get out of it. I don't let it bother me. I don't care for it. I like that. She just basically looks past this big-ass fault and just says, yeah, he always has a plan. He knows how to get out of it, and I go with him or help him or anything. And I like that. Then you have his friend Zach, who he just met, who basically is the everyman, the guy who's like, holy crap, this shit is happening, why aren't you panicking? This crazy shit is happening to us, this shouldn't be happening to us. And you get it, he's supposed to be that guy you connect with because this is some crazy shit going on, so why don't you panic? And he's funny, you get good lines from him, and he works very well to kind of balance out the whole craziness and whatnot. And for the most part, these characters are great. Even some of the side characters can be kind of enjoyable. They're basically aware of Milo's reputation as being this big jinx. And for the most part, they're just like, Milo can either get out of it. We don't worry he's gonna die or anything like that. We know he has a plan. He always has a means of getting out of this. And it just kind of works for this world. It's very enjoyable how it works.
I bet my pudding pack we don't see them again today.
I'll take that action.
Really?
Yeah, are you kidding? Milo's tough. As a matter of fact, I'll see your pudding pack and raise you a snickerdoodle. Or are you just all talk?
The show has a major familiarity to it. It very much is like Phineas and Ferb in terms of animation, humor, and even characters. And the reason for that is it's created by Dan Povenmire and Jeff Swampy Marsh, the people who created Phineas and Ferb. So it does have that familiarity to it. And for the most part, they know what they were doing with this show. They casted Weird Al Yankovic as Milo. And he actually plays a good Milo. And for the most part, I think we could maybe get some good songs from him. He's known to be a very funny guy. I mean, everybody likes White and Nerdy or his version of Trapped in the Closet or any one of his albums. They're pretty funny. He's just a very fun-loving guy. So having him as Milo, this very energetic, positive kid, it works. It really does work. And a lot of the humor and the cleverness of this show is because of Dan Povenmire and Jeff Swampy Marsh. It very much shows. That's why this has such a major familiarity to it. It feels like Phineas and Ferb, but it clearly isn't Phineas and Ferb. And I give them that. It really works for them.
Now I'm distracted. Have you been carrying that the whole time?
I try to pack for any eventuality. Now let's see about getting those doors open. Here we go.
Okay, next time, key first, tap dancing later.
The humor is very nice for itself. It's something you just find yourself feeling kind of homey. It feels kind of cozy just hearing this nice humor. It's nothing rough, it's nothing harmful or anything like that. It's just that Phineas and Ferb style of humor, and it works. That type of humor works. It doesn't really do much to provoke you, but it's very nice and enjoyable. A lot of the jokes are very clever. You have Milo's dog, who he names DOG. It's spelled as a word, but you get where they're going with that. And I just kind of like that. It just feels nice. It's nothing raunchy or anything extreme, but it's just like, I enjoy that. I give you that one. That was just nice. And that's just what this show does. It does nice, enjoyable humor that you could just sit back and relax to.
We are not starting our own civilization.
They taste worse than they smell.
A lot of the crazy things that happen to Milo are kind of weird. Some of them, it's like, okay, this is because this random thing happened somewhere else and now it's coming to affect Milo's life. And that's one thing. But then you have such strange mishaps like aliens. It's like, what? I think it's supposed to take place in the same world as Phineas and Ferb, so I guess it's not too far-fetched because there were aliens in Phineas and Ferb, but here it's like, what the hell? Aliens? Okay, I guess this world has aliens. Another thing about these mishaps is they also tend to connect with one another. You have one instance where Milo has a map, it gets taken by a bird, and he's like, well, I memorized it, there's a certain spot we can go to. Come to find out it's filled with oil and they can't really cross it. And then the same bird that took the map flies near some telephone lines, is carrying the map, it hits it, it's on fire, it falls into the oil spill, and then the whole quarry goes up into big flames. And it's like, okay, that happened. That is just extreme bad luck at that point. And he's just like, well, I guess that happened, but I don't let it get in my way. He just moves on. It's like, well, there's some other way to get to school or to get where I need to go. It's like, we'll just go that way. And I just like that positive attitude.
Does that seem like more fun to you?
So all in all, this is just a very nice show. All these characters are just very enjoyable. Milo has such a very positive attitude. You're just like, yeah, I can get behind this kid. Even though he has this major string of bad luck happening to him, you just like his positive attitude and how he deals with it. He just looks at it as, well, this happened and, well, it sends me on an adventure. Like, I like that. That is the type of attitude I really enjoy. A lot of the side characters are great, his friends are enjoyable, and a lot of the mishaps call for some good, funny humor. And a lot of humor is very clever. And this is just a very nice, relaxing show. Something you just sit back and just enjoy what you're watching. And I feel like we really should get more stuff like that. But that's just a thought.